Hey, welcome back. I had some time off work and picked up quite a few knives during that time off. Went a little buck wild on the knife front. And yeah, this is one of the ones I have to show for it. So let's see how this looks. This looks like a potentially recycled, I don't know what you call it, a priority mailbox. The boxes are free, guys. You don't have to recycle these particular ones if you don't want to. Hey, no, that's good. Let's not put any more waste out into the world than we have to. I know cardboard's probably not one of the worst things in the world, but it's probably not great either for the world. Oh, I know what this is. Got this one on eBay. Cool. This is one I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while, but you can't get them like in stores. I don't know if they even still make it or if it's limited and they just do drops on them or what. But I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these for quite a while. So this is the Sharp By Design Mini Tempest, I believe. It says Tempest, but I'm pretty sure it's a Mini Tempest. They have a bunch of different variants of this one. I'll just jump in and show you. This one's a Bowie M390. Marble blue carbon and blasted tie on the frame. Oops, did that upside down, but let's see. Here we go. There we go. Mini Tempest. There we go. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful knife. And I saw, I think, Metal Complex do a review on it. I was like, huh, at some point, I'd really love to get my hands on one of those. That is just a nice looking knife. And yeah, as soon as I get it in hand, I'm just going to tell you right now, this feels really nice. Like, it is nicely contoured. It is beautiful. I mean, the carbon fiber is out of this world nice. Like, I've reviewed some carbon fiber on this channel that I find less than impressive, to say the least. Perfectly centered. Nice little pocket clip on it. It might be a little hard to get over the, it's a little, it's almost like too thick. I mean, if that makes it nice also. It's like one piece milled out, it looks like, if I'm seeing it right. But it's a little thick, so it's like a little hard to get over the pocket, but not the biggest deal. On some of my thinner pants, it would go right over. I'm just wearing some that have a little bit of a, I'm trying to think of is this thing made for a reverse flick? I know it's definitely a front flipper, but guess not. That is just a really nice looking finish on the blade. That is impressive. And it's very minimalist on the markings, which is nice. You know, sometimes you get these knives, and I believe this is made in China. Given the materials and the cost of it, I think it's like a $400 knife now. The lock feels really great too. I love how it's it's an inset frame lock, right? Yeah, it's a full frame lock. Is this whole thing one piece of titanium? Crap, I think it is. I mean, yeah. I don't think I realized it, but it looks like it is one piece the whole way. And then they put in these nice like carbon fiber inlays that let you, you know, put some pressure on here without messing with the lock, which I really appreciate and like. So yeah, it's like an inset frame lock. And I'm gonna just tell you up front going into this video, I do not have a single knife. I have maybe one knife that has a front flipper and it has a really big, what's the right term? Fuller on it, so I just spidey flick it. I have no idea, like I'm not good at front flippers. I have no idea how to do them correctly, but this one's very easy. I'll just tell you that right now. So if you're looking to get into one, this might be a good one because it lets you pull your thumb all the way back. Like you can kind of roll it out as opposed to just having to like have a perfect like flip open. You can kind of just do that nice and slowly. So that's kind of nice starting point for me as I get into it. The blade shape's really nice. Like, you got a little jimping here. Everything's nicely knocked down, and you got like a nice little swedge on the front of it. I'm really curious if I can make that fuller deploy. That would be really interesting to me if I can. It doesn't feel like it's reverse flickable. Maybe I'm just a wimp, but it looks like it's possible. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, I think maybe I was going up a little too high. Maybe if you go down lower, you can get a little more leverage. Yeah, you can get a little more leverage down there to get through the detent. The detent's definitely a little strong. There you go. So that's cool. It's not the best, like it's cool that it's knocked down, but it doesn't give you the best purchase on there. So it looks like you want to hit it right about here at the tip of the kind of this like swoop in here. So it's not easy. I'll say that. That's not like an intuitive, easy reverse flick. And then I don't even know what the right hand position is for. I've definitely watched some videos of people doing it, but I've never watched like a how-to for a front flipper. So I'm not super comfortable with the idea. So I feel comfortable rolling it out, but not really flipping it out here as a first time front flipper. And it's definitely got a little bit of, like, that is not soft. It's nice that it has like a nice little, we can get a really nice purchase on it because it's grippy, but that is not like a soft feeling jimping there. Like, it's pretty rough. So like as you, if the correct way to front flip is to put the side of your thumb on there, I'd say it's uncomfortable. There's probably a more correct way where you use like the bottom of your thumb, but I'm not a pro here. So yeah, it's a really nice knife though, and if I'm again seeing everything correctly, and I'm just kind of getting caught off guard here because I didn't do my research prior to this unboxing, but I believe that is one full piece of titanium the whole way around, which is really nice. So I was kind of wondering what the hype was on this, but now that I see that it has first that really nice inset frame lock, not just a liner lock, right? There's a difference between a liner lock and an inset frame lock like this. And the fit and the finish and the size is actually really nice. The shortcoming to me on this knife would be the deployment. Like, this is the, you know, not my ideal deployment, but, you know, to each their own. The blade shape's cool. This makes a really nice gentleman's knife, so I do like a lot about it. I really do. For those of you that are wondering, like, what the heck is the size of this, I do a lot of the Rockwall on here, so you may be familiar with it or have one, the tactile. It's quite a bit bigger than that, which I think everyone kind of wants, to be honest. I mean, some people think this is the perfect EDC. I don't personally. I think it's a little small. It's pretty darn nice as a gentleman's knife, but it could be a little bit bigger. And I think for most people, the size would be a little better. I just wish it had like a thumb stud. Oh my God, what a great knife this would be with a thumb stud. Granted, a part of why it's so cool and how it is because it doesn't have it. And you know, one thing you can say about a front flipper is it's a very minimalist, right? You don't have like something sticking off the back like you do with a flipper tab. You know, if you think about a flipper tab, it really kind of jumps out of the lines. You know, that's a pretty like terrible place to have something just sticking out. It does not run well with the lines of the knife. That's, you know, looks like an antenna sticking up there. So this is much more minimalist and kind of, if you just look at the design of this, it's quite beautiful. Oh crap. Of course, there is a way to make it less beautiful, and that would be one of them. That's what I get for opening it with my left hand. Luckily, I don't think I scratched anything there, but let's give it a little bit of room. Always makes for good TV at the very least, right? Gotta love it. The fact that it's just one piece of titanium also just makes it very smooth in the hand and very impressive. And I don't know, I mean, this is a new in-box one, so like it could also work in and become easier to reverse flick over time. I don't know. But it's definitely a little tough to get a purchase in that thing. So I'd say front flippers probably enjoy this thing a lot, but for someone like me that's more of a Spidey flick kind of guy, you know, it's definitely leaves a little something to be desired there. But wow, it is a really, really nice fit and finish on it. Really beautiful design. You know, you don't get a lot of integrals out there, right? To do an integral is very expensive. You take a piece of titanium and you carve out, you know, the entire thing from it. Then you're going to do this inset. I mean, this would be a very tough thing to manufacture, right? Compared to that, I mean, pretty much anything is much easier to manufacture than this. This is definitely a step up in terms of like what it takes to produce the knife. And it's really impressive. Yeah, beautiful knife. Look at that. So we can get some good close-ups on this. This one deserves some good close-ups. And then maybe I'll just do a little weigh-in at the end here and see what it comes in at. Really nice smooth edge on it. Yeah, that's just a little sweetie. Not much more you can say about it than that. I don't know if it's pretty drop sheddy. Cool knife. Glad to have it. I understand now why people like this one. I was not so sure. It looked cool, but didn't quite know what to expect, and I'm pleasantly surprised, which only happens like 1 every 10 knives or so, I think, for me. So way to be in the 10%. There's quite a few different variants, by the way. There's like, you can get like darker titanium here. They have gamma steel blades. There are quite a few really nice variants of these ranging out there. I saw one on bladeforums.com this week for a very reasonable price if you want to take a look at it. I think I saw it for $320 asking. It's a little bit of a different version. It's a little less expensive version than this, but it's still basically the same knife. So feel free to check that out if this is interesting to you. Just go in there and search for Mini Tempest under the trading forums, and you should be able to find it. So, and of course, if you can find one, there's a few on eBay and stuff here and there, but that's where I found mine, was on eBay. And I think the seller threw up a little Christmas special, and I grabbed it. So glad I did. I was had a little bit of buyer's remorse when I saw the Blade Forums one on, but I really like the Blue Marvel, I think they call that. Blue Marble or Blue Marvel? Blue Marvel, Blue Carbon. Marvel like the Marvel Universe comic books. So yeah, nice job, Sharp by Design and team. I want to say that maybe this is designed in the US, made in China, I believe is correct on this, but don't hold me to it. And yeah, I mean, anytime you see those initials, you know you're gonna probably be pretty impressed. So thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and if I miss something, which I don't know much about this knife, so I'm sure there's some SBD people that are going to jump on here and give me some good corrections, which I'm excited to learn more about it. I learned a lot from your comments. Yeah, maybe I'll learn a little more about it and like it even more. So please feel free to give me some corrections on this one, especially around manufacturing, design, that kind of stuff would be great to hear. But yeah, really nice M390 tie with just beautiful. It's so like seamless on the carbon inlay finish. I can't stress that enough. It's one of the best I've seen. Integral in just kind of in just a sweet spot size for me personally, where it's big enough to feel really good in the hand and there's just no hot spots, but also small enough to play like an EDC or a gentleman's carry for sure. So not a lot not to love here, aside from, you know, the deployment is probably a little bit of not my usual, but something I wanted to actually get to start to learn more about and train myself on the front flipper, because I'd love to be able to do that a little better, because I can't quite do it yet. Not quite sure what the recipe is, but this one's going to teach me, so I'll go watch some YouTube videos on that now. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next one.